My dear brothers and sisters in Christ Jesus, peace be with you. On the fifth Sunday of Lent, the Gospel of John, chapter 12, speaks about the self-sacrifice. At a time when the name and fame of Jesus was spreading due to the peculiarity in his teaching, the miracles he worked, the healings he had done, and finally raising Lazarus from death. When people were so much attracted towards him, Jesus tells them about the purpose of his life. He tells them that he came into this world in order to die as a grain of wheat so that he can reconcile people back to God. He is crystal clear about the mission which his Father has given him. So he tells them, unless a grain of wheat falls into the ground and dies, it remains a single grain. But if it dies, it produces much fruit, which means until and unless he is ready to choose the path of sacrifice, the path of self-sacrifice, until and unless he chooses to take up his cross and undergo the passion and die on the cross, he cannot reconcile people back to God. He cannot fulfill the plan of God, his Father. He cannot gain a people for himself. Jesus very well knows that the path of sufferings, the path of self-sacrifice is not going to be an easy thing. It is going to be difficult. It is going to torture him. But still, freely and willingly, he chooses that path, the path of self-sacrifice, the path of sufferings. My dear brothers and sisters in Christ Jesus, our lives are not going to be very much different from this. In order to achieve something in our lives, we will have to pay a price for that. When that grain of wheat had to bring forth new life and produce more, it had to fall into the ground and die. It had to break its shell. Similarly, when Jesus had to reconcile people back to God, he had to undergo the passion. He had to take up his cross and finally die on the cross. In order to achieve something in our life, we too will have to make sacrifices. We too will have to give up something in our life. The readiness and willingness to sacrifice is what gains for us. We are told when Jesus was ready and willing to take up his cross, to undergo the passion, when he chose that, the heaven was opened. A voice was heard, and the voice reassured him. The Father was there to support him and strengthen him. Then we can be sure, when we are ready and willing to undergo the self-sacrifice, when we are ready to give up something in our life, such as our pride, our arrogance, our ego, our anger, and anything that blocks us from God, God the Father will be there to reassure us, to support us, and to strengthen us. Amen.